The bank manager looked me in the eyes and asked if I was sure. I said yes. 2 days later, my entire retirement savings was gone. $245,000. She tried to save me. I wouldn't listen. My wife would be so ashamed of me. She trusted me with our retirement savings. She's gone now, and I gave away everything we worked for to a woman who never existed. I failed her memory. She called herself Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a humanitarian doctor saving lives overseas. She sent photos of herself in clinics, helping children. She said she needed financial help to keep her mission alive. I believed every word. Linda Foster, the bank manager, called me into her office. She showed me the account patterns, the overseas wires, the red flags. She said, "I've seen this before. Please reconsider." I got defensive. I told Linda she didn't understand. Dr. Mitchell was special. She was different. I said all the things scam victims say. I was lonely, desperate for connection, and blind to what was happening. We met online 6 months after my wife passed. I wasn't looking for anything serious. But Dr. Mitchell was so warm, so caring. She understood my grief because she'd lost someone too. We connected immediately. She told me I was her miracle after years of loneliness. She said we were meant to find each other. I started planning our future together, dreaming of traveling the world with my humanitarian doctor. The first request was for $3,000. Travel expenses, she said. She'd been robbed and couldn't get home. I sent it immediately. She thanked me and said I'd saved her life. Then $12,000 for medical supplies. Then $25,000 for clinic repairs. Then $40,000 for emergency surgery. Each request was more urgent than the last. I never questioned anything. She promised to pay everything back. She said we'd be together soon, living in a beautiful house by the ocean. She said this was our future. I believed because I wanted to believe more than anything. I withdrew my entire retirement pension in 3 separate transfers. The bank flagged the transactions. Linda called me again. "Mr. Thompson, this is concerning," she said. I told her to mind her own business. 2 days after my final transfer, her profile was gone. The phone number disconnected. Every message I sent bounced back. Dr. Sarah Mitchell never existed. I stared at my phone, unable to process what happened. I called the bank, desperate. Linda answered. She was kind but honest. The money was gone. Wired overseas, impossible to recover. She said she was sorry. I'd never felt so alone in my entire life. I had to tell my children. My son just said, "Dad, how could you?" My daughter cried. I'd stolen their inheritance, their security, their trust. The shame was heavier than any weight I'd ever carried. My daughter said she'd help me figure things out. She was angry, but she didn't abandon me. I didn't deserve her kindness, but she gave it anyway. Her forgiveness was the first crack in my shame. I reported the scam to the FBI. The agent told me these scams target recent widowers specifically. They know we're vulnerable, grieving, desperate for connection. I was a textbook case. I met Robert at a fraud support group for seniors. He was a retired FBI agent who'd investigated romance scams for decades. "Don't beat yourself up," he said. "These people are professionals at lying." Robert explained the playbook. They use photos of real people, build trust slowly, then create emergencies. They target grief and loneliness. "It's not about intelligence," he said. "It's about emotion." Robert helped me create a new financial plan. We looked at my remaining pension, my Social Security, and what I could rebuild. The numbers were grim, but having a plan gave me purpose again. I started working part-time at the post office again. It felt good to be useful, to earn honest money. Every paycheck went directly into rebuilding my savings. Small steps, but they were forward. I started volunteering at a senior center, teaching other seniors about romance scams. Robert came with me the first time. Sharing my story with people who understood made the shame feel smaller. One senior came up after my talk. She'd been talking to someone online who was asking for money. My story saved her from making the same mistake. That moment was worth more than my lost pension. 1 year after the scam, I'd saved $10,000. Not much compared to what I'd lost, but it was mine. My children saw my progress and started trusting me again. Robert introduced me to a financial advisor who specialized in seniors rebuilding after fraud. We created a 5-year plan to rebuild my retirement. It wasn't exciting, but it was safe and secure. My daughter helped me get a VA loan for a small condo. I'd been renting, but owning something again felt like reclaiming my life. It wasn't the house I dreamed of, but it was mine. 2 years after the scam, I'd rebuilt $45,000. I was getting calls from scam awareness groups asking me to speak. My shame had become my superpower. Linda, the bank manager who tried to warn me, attended one of my talks. She sat in the back, listening. Afterward, she said she was proud of me. That validation meant everything. I started a weekly scam awareness group at the library. Seniors came from all over the county. Some had lost money. Some had been about to. Every story shared made the weight lighter for all of us. 3 years after the scam, I had $60,000 saved. My retirement was slowly coming back. I knew I'd never fully recover what I'd lost, but I was finally at peace with that. I told Robert the First still felt shame sometimes. He said, "Shame is the price of caring deeply. You're not ashamed because you're weak. You're ashamed because you loved someone who tricked you." I started dating again, real dating, with real people. A woman from my church asked me to lunch. We've been seeing each other for 6 months. No money requests, no emergencies, just real companionship. She knows about my past. I told her everything on our third date. She didn't run away. She just said, everyone deserves a second chance. Real love doesn't shame you for your mistakes. The bank manager who warned me now refers people to my scam awareness program. She says I'm living proof that victims can become advocates. My worst mistake became my most powerful purpose. My children are proud of me again. They see the work I do, the people I help. They understand that everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you do afterward. I still visit Linda at the bank sometimes. We've become friends. She says I'm the reason she keeps warning people, even when they get defensive. I was the one who didn't listen. Now I'm the one who teaches. The man who ignored every warning learned that listening doesn't make you weak. It protects you and everyone who loves you. I still carry the lesson, but I no longer carry the shame. I still think about what I lost sometimes. But I also think about what I found: purpose, community, and a second chance. I wouldn't choose this path, but I'm grateful for where it led me. The bank manager tried to warn me. I didn't listen. But now, hundreds of people have listened to my warnings. My loss became their protection. And that's a legacy I never expected to build.